The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Tax the rich, feed the poor, tell there are no rich no more.
Welcome to Pot Talk, everybody. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeremy.
We actually did it like the first time. Yes!
Yay! Round of applause.
Finally actually talked ourselves in. Oh, hold on. I'm going to shut the door here. I don't need fucking pot noise.
Are you
going to bleep every fucking swear I do? Good luck. Gotta just keep your finger next to the button. I didn't swear!
You said swear.
You friggin' idiot! Friggin' sort of swear!
You know I'm just messing with you because it's getting on your nerves already.
Oh, do you want just let's get this out of the way? Play the new sound effect. But every time my Trans Am talked to me, you know what it said? You shouldn't be driving, you fucking shitface.
Get off my seat.
Go home. Why did you crash me into a telephone pole?
Oh, God.
Do you want to open it up, Jeremy?
Yeah, actually, I would like to open it up a little bit here. On the radio today, on my way home from work, as a matter of fact, I was listening to a news story about John McCain, how he admitted that he handed the unverified, mind you, Steele dossier over to James Comey. Not to mention the fact he even admitted that he had absolutely no way to verify any of the information contained in it, but he was so concerned he thought the American people should know.
Do you know what that says to me? That he's just saying it? That fucking tumor is working like a charm.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's got nothing to lose.
It's exactly right. He's got nothing to lose. It doesn't matter what kind of charges they can bring against him. By the time they fucking get him in jail, he'd be dead.
Yep. And it can't be a moment too soon. Indict him tomorrow.
He's been having people called in so he can say goodbyes to him.
Yeah.
He must be on his way out.
No, do you know what he said? He's inviting them to his house so he can counsel them.
Well, see, Fusion GPS and who else was it? Actually, Hillary Clinton and the Democratic DNC, National Congress campaign, whatever.
Yeah.
They paid for this dossier and to mitigate things, to keep it from looking like they did all this. They sent a copy of it to John McCain via, I believe, Christopher Steele, which was the guy who helped make it, along with Fusion GPS.
Yeah, wasn't he a British
MI5,
MI6 or whatever?
Yes, he was a former British spy. And then John McCain handed it over to James Comey. James Comey thought, "Oh my God, let's investigate this shit." And now we're looking at the Mueller probe, which is investigating the same fake bullshit.
Yeah, and now what they're doing is they're widening the scope so far. They're just going after anyone that they think they can get Trump to turn on Trump.
Well, they've had 3 federal judges now come out and tell Robert Mueller himself that he's lying and he's going after anything he can to try to take the president down, and none of it has any basis or any evidence or any basis on his investigation.
Yeah, one of them
pertains to his investigation. He's going after shit that doesn't even pertain to that. They're taking him down all his supporters and shit like that.
Well, one of them's a West Virginia federal judge, and he asked them, where do you get the power to do this? And they said, oh, no, we have new powers. And he's like, well, explain that. And they're like, well, we can't. Well, you have powers, but you can't tell us what they are? Well, it's confidential. So, in other words, there's no limit to their powers in their eyes.
Right.
Exactly, and that's the way they want it. If they can do this and get away with it, it'll just happen all the fucking time.
Well, they're saying they're above the courts. You can't be above the courts. The courts are the one balancing act.
They're the ones that are supposed to be putting the reins on you.
On the other two branches.
Right.
And this is what's even funnier is this is after the House Intelligence Committee's final report on that investigation said there's zero evidence of Russian collusion between Trump and the Republican president.
Right, so now he's out looking to squeeze somebody else.
They just want anything.
What it is they cannot take Trump down directly, so they're going to take down everybody that
around him until somebody gives up something.
Right, they're figuring eventually somebody will go, all right, I'll say whatever you want.
Everybody's got closets in there.
It's not even that. It's not even that. They figure if they take down everybody that supports him, he won't be able to function correctly and end up
screwing up.
Yeah, but
they want to break up his team.
You have to have a crime for an impeachment.
But the funny thing is they're going after literally everybody. His attorney,
they want to
his family,
to a grand jury, but they got no crime to do it for. They got no reason, no probable cause, nothing.
Yeah, like I said, they went after his attorney, his family. Now they're going after his businesses because he had real estate deals in Russia. They're like, oh my God, we're going to investigate this. Russian collusion. It's out of hand.
And yet they ignore the 800-pound gorilla in the room, Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
Right. Well, they also
know 20% of our uranium.
They also know that Trump is close to being in a position to be able to fire Robert Mueller. So what they did was 3 or 4 days ago, they passed a bill in the House to try to prevent Trump from firing him.
But you can't do that because the president has certain powers.
Right, it's executive powers. They can't override that.
The bill can't exactly stop him from firing Mueller. It's like a symbolic thing. Like if you fire him, you're going to be investigated.
Yeah, like every time they tried to repeal Obamacare, it was all symbolic because they knew it was just going to get vetoed.
Then why didn't they investigate the case where I don't even know who did this because I've not heard another peep out of it since it happened. Somebody sent an envelope with white powder on it to was it Donald Trump Jr.'s house?
Yes, and his wife got the letter.
And his wife got it and ended up sick and in the hospital?
No. She did not get sick. They brought her to the hospital as a precaution. It was an inert fucking substance. It was not a dangerous substance, but they did bring her to the hospital just to make sure.
Okay, so maybe that's why it's not in the news, but it seems like everybody, like his entire family, they're even attacking Melania's choice in outfit.
Remember Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
When she had high heels on?
Yeah. I mean, for crying out loud, Michael Obama wore a fucking dress that showed his nutsack.
Exactly.
He said nothing.
Man, that is a fucking dump truck.
It's definitely going to come out. Yeah. Somebody's going to come out and say something to him.
They praised
because they're going to turn on Obama.
Right. I call him Michael because him looks like a him, and
it's a dude.
Absolutely,
it's a dude.
Anyway, they praised his what was that school lunch program?
Yeah, it was horrendous.
Even over here in my hometown, the kids were complaining that they were freaking starving.
Yeah,
and clearly a lot of the schools around here backed out of that program, but they praised it like it was the latest and greatest craze. And then Melania comes out with this, what was it, beef Be First initiative or something like that, and they just started trashing her. And they don't even really know what it's about yet. This was like 2 days ago that it was even announced.
Yeah, and how about she was she wanted to do a platform on cyberbullying, and they're all like, "Your husband's the biggest cyberbully ever." It's like, no, he's going after adults that are going after him.
Right.
Children, stop it.
Mm-hmm. And then that goes back, what is it, the TPP and NAFTA, or the Trans-Pacific Partnership, North Atlantic Free Trade Agreement.
North American.
But they were, he backed out of those, and they're talking about now wanting to roll back his tax plan and then reinstate NAFTA and reinstate the TPP.
Good luck.
Right, good luck. But the thing is all of these things that he's done with that has resulted in our economy is booming. I mean, literally, the housing market is booming so bad that you can't find a house. It's like bidding wars out there on a house, because the market is so good for housing right now. And they want to roll all this stuff back. That I can even use my own company as an example, the company I work for. If as a result of his tax plan, they made $5 million above their normal profit margin.
Wow. Yeah, and all three markets on the stock market. The Dow Jones, the S&P, the NASDAQ, all up today.
Yep, and the company I work for, we make auto parts. The manufacturing of cars has gone up. Manufacturing of the parts that go in those cars has gone up.
Yep.
My schedule at work has went from, during Obama's years, we were running about 27,000 to 35,000 parts a month. It went from that to 57,000 parts a month.
That's,
Well, when I started this job, we were running about 65 to 70,000 parts a month, and then Obama started fucking with the TPP and NAFTA and instituting other kind of tax programs, and then on top of that, Obamacare, which increased taxes. So everybody started cutting back production, scaling everything back, and we went from running 70-some thousand parts a month to 20-some thousand parts a month.
Wow.
And then the Trump tax plan comes into effect, and we're running 57,000 parts a month.
But according to the Democrats, all the good things happening in the economy is because of Obama,
Oh, of course.
Well, it just kicked in.
They're never going to give...
In his 9th year in office, it just kicked in.
They're never going to give credit to the Republicans for anything.
What the hell are you doing back there? You eating a candy bar?
Who?
Sounds like bacon crackling.
Yeah. There's something crackling. You opening a wrapper or something?
It's actually a zinger.
I nailed it! Zinger? When's the last time anyone ate a Zinger bar?
Well, here in about 15 seconds, I'll be eating one.
Jesus Christ. You gonna wash that down with some Moxie?
No, what was it? That old, not Yoo-Hoo. It was an old chocolate flavored drink that was out with, well, you guys might have been older when it was out, but when I was a kid, it was out. No offense. Well, you guys are 15 or 16 years older than I am.
That's cool. I can live with that. The reality's much more.
Well, I'm 44, and you guys are what? Right around 60?
I'm not.
I'm 62
I'm 52.
this year.
Well, damn, you sound 62.
Thank you. Great. Push me into the fucking grave a little faster.
Yeah, once you get to the top of the hill, the rest of it.
Between you and my wife, I should be in a fucking hole by next week.
Hey, we got a backhoe out there digging it right now.
Good. As long as it's got cable TV, I'll jump right the fuck in.
And a computer so you can go on the air.
Fuck it. Yeah, I quit. I'm dead.
Live from the grave.
Yeah. Paul Daniels reporting from the afterlife. How was it? It sucks!
Speaking of that, Beetlejuice 2 is actually in pre-production.
What?
Yeah,
Beetlejuice?
the sequel.
To Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta see it. I like Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. One of my favorite movies that he was in was he was with Terry Garr. I believe it was Mr. Mom.
Yes. Yeah. When he's trying the kid's ass with the fucking hand dryer.
Yeah. You know, I liked him in Jack Frost too. I believe it was where he was a snowman. That was a good flick.
Yeah, I like. But do you know what he was great in? Did you ever see the movie The Other Guys with Wahlberg and Ferrell? They were cops.
No.
Oh, it's fucking great. He's the top guy, the top cop. You know what I mean? Like their shift commander. And he's like a wicked nice guy, because you know, like in Starsky and Hutch, like the boss was always a dick, and he's like a wicked nice guy, and they're all yelling and stuff, and he's like, "Can we clean this up? I gotta work the night shift at Bed and Bath." And my wife was working there at the time. I was like, "Oh shit! They just gave you a plug, honey."
Right.
I always liked Michael Keaton, good actor.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in a few more films. It probably won't be long, and he won't be able to.
Yeah, he is getting up there.
You know, one thing that was sad, a good actor, Bill Paxton, when he passed away.
Yeah, I like Bill Paxton.
It was sad. With my favorite movie with him in it was Twister.
Oh, that movie sucked! You liked that hunk of shit?
Yeah, you got to see Jodie Foster's tits through a wet shirt.
Who cares? Who cares? I go on the internet and see two chicks eating themselves.
Donald says we're doing great.
Fucking, Twister was horrible.
I hit that by accident, guys. Sorry.
One of the worst movies ever created. Philip C. Hoffman in it was horrendous.
Yeah.
How he wore his fucking sweatshirt with just the hood on, but not in the sleeves and stuff.
Donald says Paul hates the movie Twister.
Yes, I do. It was a hunk of shit. I actually did the ride at Universal Studios. It was a hunk of shit, too.
I'm sorry, I like the movie.
Bill Paxton's best movie anything he had ever been in, Aliens.
I hated the Aliens movie.
The first one blew. The second one was great.
Well, I don't much really care for fucking Sigourney Weaver, but that's...
No, I don't mind Sigourney Weaver. That she was the only reason why I watched the first one, but I just don't like sci-fi.
Jimmy likes a woman with a strong jaw.
Yeah, she got a strong jaw.
Oh, fucking
hey, if things keep going the way they're doing, Michael Obama will be available soon.
Yeah.
He'll be a widower.
I'll let David Bowie know.
God.
Or Milo.
Now, since Donald's listening, we're going to play a sound in honor of him, since he has to go pee on the air a lot.
All right, thanks. I'll be right back.
Down the hall to the left.
What the fuck were we talking about? How did we get here?
I don't know.
We were talking about NAFTA,
the
TPP.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about any of those.
I could have swore we did.
Yeah, we did.
What did we say about NAFTA?
We were just talking about it.
Where was that?
Talking about how
You were looking at the screen fucking trying to get all this shit up.
we were talking about how Trump backing out of that helped boost the economy, and now the Democrats are wanting to roll that back as well as his tax plan.
Yeah, I know it. We're going to roll it back and raise taxes.
Exactly.
She's that stupid to say it.
Just destroy every fucking thing that's helping the American people for your
Well,
own
that's what they
fucking selfish
want.
gain.
It isn't about helping them. It's as Alex Jones would say, globalists in the EU.
Yeah.
They dictate just about freaking everything that goes on over here. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm glad Trump's going against Europe. It's like, you follow us. We're not following you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're the ones that are coming out with the new technology. Will blow your fucking doors off.
We are the fucking world power. We don't fucking stand in your shadow.
You don't get in our way of Iran when it's terrorizing the rest of the world.
And now today I was hearing that the British Parliament and the EU, despite the fact that over 72 million British people voted for Brexit, that they're going to ignore it.
Oh, of course. See, why would you even vote in a European country? Because I'm telling you right now, Merkel did not win in the general election. That fucking monster did not win. It was not an election. It was a fucking sham.
Yeah, they got an election coming up here in a few months, I do believe, for president, prime minister, or whatever the fuck they are over there. But
over where?
In Britain.
Theresa May, yeah.
Yeah. They got an election coming up here soon, so.
The people of England should fucking revolt if they do not fucking live up to their obligation.
Well, I would say Brexit's a clear sign that they want to revolt.
Yeah, it is. They don't want to be run by fucking Muslims.
Well, do you want? Why tie your fortunes to an economy like Greece or Spain? Their economies are failing.
And they want to drag you down with them.
Exactly. Well, the way they figure it is if they could drag Britain's economy down to a certain point, that they will actually be able to increase the amount of immigrants coming in.
Fix the economy.
Under the guise that it's boosting the economy and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That they're good, nice people. What it is they'll get about 20% of the population over there, turn them into Muslims, and the next thing you know, these fucking Muslims are taking office and voting out Europeans, period.
Yeah. Well, look, the mayor of London is a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
If they could get 20% of the vote.
Well, that's what it is. That's where all the immigrants are Muslims living in and around London.
It'll be a Muslim country, and I'd say within the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh, absolutely. Then we have to sever ties with these nations and go fortress America.
No, because England's got a lot of Indians from India, and they don't like Muslims. Said, they're all going to get together. Before they thought Indians were second-class citizens.
And they're going to say, come into the fold, vote with us.
Exactly.
Do you know what it is? Is all of Europe has been turned so politically correct.
Donald said something that makes sense.
Then you're a racist.
Though history doesn't necessarily portray it that way, Winston Churchill was probably the best prime minister they ever had.
Oh, absolutely.
Next to maybe...
he didn't give in.
Margaret Thatcher.
He didn't give in to Germany surrender, even though we didn't help him.
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher was probably the next.
The Iron Lady.
With Ronald Reagan, yeah.
Yep.
Get on the wall.
These people are probably rolling over in their fucking graves watching us the way we're taking care of the fucking world now.
The English used to be such a proud fucking people. They were so strong.
Yeah.
And now they are a bunch of fucking wimps.
Wuss.
Well, yeah, they, Donald said
they're not
Tony
run
Blair,
by royalty anymore.
I'm not sure what Donald means by Tony Blair.
He was
a prime minister.
A liberal.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think he was in the Bush administration. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
actually, I didn't mind Tony Blair too much.
freedom, no matter what you do, there's you could have freedom for decades, centuries, whatever. From time to time, there's going to be a revolution. Whether it's war, politics, there's always a revolution. Because if not, you lose that freedom anyway.
Well, Thomas Jefferson said it best. You need a revolution every 20 years.
Oh, well, we're past due here.
Yeah.
We're over.
Well, we got one. Donald Trump. He is the revolution.
But, like I said,
he's turned fucking Washington, D.C. upside down.
You gotta think about, the last time a president went against the establishment and the EU and all this, they were...
all right, now you're making me hungry.
Assassinated.
Yeah.
And that president was a Democrat.
That leader dies.
That president was an old school Democrat. He knew what it was like to go to fucking war and fight.
Yeah.
And they fucking blew his damn brains out in Dallas.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? John Kennedy wasn't the saint everyone makes him out to be.
No, by no means. He was not a saint, but he
wasn't a pussy either.
No. Do you know what? John Kennedy would be a Republican today.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
We will go to the moon and do the other things. Not because it's easy, but because it's hard.
Yeah.
And then you had Ted Kennedy. My car went in the water.
I floated to the top.
You get out of the car and you swim up.
Right.
Dumb bitch couldn't get out. It ain't my fault.
Yeah, because he seatbelted her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the only time an Oldsmobile of that model actually killed somebody. You could slam into a telephone pole with one of them things. The pole would snap, the card look fine. You might have to fucking... it'll buff out. It'll buff out.
Yeah, well, like you said, he was part of fucking Camelot. He was a Kennedy, so he got away with it.
Yeah. His father was a fucking bootlegger. Scumbag. Joseph Kennedy was a scumbag. Well,
they had didn't they have a daughter that had some kind of mental illness? She was like autistic or some shit like that, and they fucking sent her off somewhere and kept her hid from the world.
Yeah, no, it's not that she was mentally ill. She just didn't want to tote the family line, so they had her lobotomized and put her in a hospital where she still is today. And not one of the family. Ted Kennedy didn't visit her once in 45 years. Isn't that lovely? Because when she liked to ride a horse, she didn't want to ride side saddle. And, she liked to wear pants. And Joseph Kennedy would not accept it. So he had her lobotomized and stuck in a fucking nut house.
Isn't this one of the sisters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Teddy never visited her. Not once.
John didn't do anything to get her out either.
No, because in their eyes, it was Daddy that did it. Daddy did everything right. Daddy was, instead of Mommy Dearest, it was Daddy
the Bushes
Dearest.
Acted the same fucking way, and Prescott Bush was a fucking evil son of a bitch.
I've never heard of Prescott
That's
Bush.
the father of George. Is it W. Bush or H.W. Bush?
H.W.
You mean the grandfather? Would have been the grandfather.
Yeah, that's George Jr.'s grandfather.
Yeah.
But they were directly responsible. Actually, I spoke about this on the air a while back for Grenada. Delivering arms to the rebels in one of their own cargo ships. And can you guess the name of this ship?
The Barbara.
Nice, Jimmy.
Well,
Good one.
You told me this before. That's why I know. Wish I had good.
I had a friend that was in the Grenadier invasion.
Yeah, I haven't seen a guy in fucking
Airborne.
but
The Grenadier invasion was because Cuba come over and invaded.
Right, and they had to get the college kids out.
They got all the Americans and then threw the Cubans out.
Yeah. Boom. Go back to your own island, you fox.
right.
Unless you want to die.
Go back to your 1965 fucking Bel Air that's being pulled by a mule.
Well, see, I'm sitting there thinking about this too. A lot of people don't realize, if we don't, utilize things like the Dakota Access Pipeline and all that, all these oil barons, these oil tycoons, like the Bushes, for instance, will be able to control the way the country operates. Because
do you know what I've been wondering why the price of gas hasn't gone down.
Fuck, it's going up around here. It's like
up here too.
3 something a gallon down here right now.
It's not that high here.
They're blaming it on West Texas.
Yeah.
They're upping their prices.
Oh, gee, guess who's from Texas? George Bush.
Bushes.
So they're trying to screw with Trump because they can't stand him.
Jimmy supported George Bush long after he was out of office and stuff.
Right.
And I kept saying, he's not the guy you think he is. And Jimmy was fucking...
I know he's not the guy that the press made him out to be, because...
No, but he's a globalist slime.
George lied, people died.
Yeah.
It was just asinine.
George Bush was a globalist scum, and so wasn't his father.
Yeah. What's fucked up is people don't see that. Like George Soros, he's worth billions. And controls a lot of government things, and this guy was a fucking Nazi.
SS!
Yeah. Waffen SS.
Jewish SS.
Jewish SS, so he wasn't Waffen SS then.
No, he was a turncoat.
Yes.
He sold out his own people.
He was a Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, he is. He was a Benedict Arnold in an SS uniform. A fucking goose-stepping fuck.
And these people just fucking sit and watch and listen to him, let him dictate things. Like he funds Antifa, which you don't hear a whole hell of a lot about anymore because they keep...
No, you don't hear nothing about him. How about Black Lives Matter?
He put an end to it because it wasn't conducive to what was going on. He was turning the American people off.
Yeah.
Well, he's looking for the next thing to fucking rattle our cage.
Well, he's trying to anyway.
Yeah.
He is with all these marches. They're like scheduled now. They're meaningless now. They put protesting as being meaningless.
Well, do you know what
it's
they
all
did?
run by corporates.
They threw it so much into your face, you got desensitized to
yeah.
it.
No,
that was...
Protest is from the people in the grassroots beginning, not paid for. We got a stage for you here. We're going to get a rock group in. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. That's just Soros paying for it.
Yeah. Like the dickheads from Parkland.
Right.
Speaking of Parkland,
high school kids didn't come up with money for stages, rock shows, and stuff. That was all fucking Soros and getting behind the kids. Let's get them. Let's use them as the voice.
Who bust them in? It wasn't Parkland.
No.
well, see, from what I understand, the information I've been seeing anyway, is Nicholas Cruz had been arrested 42 times.
Yeah, but it was a dumb thing.
I don't know the details of that
Because,
yet.
you can't go by that, the number. I've been arrested quite a few times. But a lot of them mean nothing.
42 times. The sheriff's department was contacted no less than 2 times, and the FBI 3 times. And they still let this kid out on the streets. And And no
somebody
guns.
from Massachusetts actually called them. Somebody that knew him from Massachusetts said, "You got to do something about this guy. He's not shutting up about
Why they may not have had any proof that this kid had done anything wrong or anything like that yet. There was enough evidence there that they should have checked into him.
At least investigated, exactly.
And they just let it go.
Yep. We'll kick the can down the road. See what happens.
And then the guy that shot up at Waffle House a while back, he had his guns seized because of shit he was doing, and they were given back. Well, they were given to his father, who then gave them back to him.
They almost looks alive.
Oh, dude, Jimmy's cat just came in with the baby rabbit dead. Oh.
Rabbit murdered on the air.
You gonna throw it in the trash?
What the hell do you want me to do?
I don't know. Throw it outside. Oh, well, at least you gave it a proper burial.
Well, you know, if a cat brings you something like that, it means you're family to him.
Oh, it was so cute. I'd have killed and eaten it.
How big a rabbit was it? Oh, it was a baby rabbit, so it wasn't enough.
Like tiny.
Fit in your palm.
Yeah, fit in the palm of your hand.
To be eaten then.
No.
Well, if the cat goes out and gets a few more.
It still wouldn't give you enough.
Yeah.
It's all fucking skin and
That
bones.
would be like rabbit wings and, like buffalo wings.
I'll be the judge of that. Jesus. And that is fucked up, Jimmy. That is fucked up.
Yeah. Anyway, you could...
Oh, I wanted to tell you. You know that Waffle House? It was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I've been there.
You been to that Waffle House?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. I stayed in Nashville, Tennessee for a month with my brother Mike. And we went to that Waffle House.
Little did you know it was going to get shot up all these years later.
I was there at the right time. Because I didn't get shot.
Damn it. Missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. Do you know which fucking mail I'm going to get on that one? Too bad. You're a douche. Hope you die. So,
Anyway, you guys said you guys had a couple of topics you were interested in discussing tonight.
We wanted to talk about the North Korea hostage.
Yeah, the freeing of the hostages in North Korea, the ones that were supposedly spies.
Yeah, I thought that was
great. You
mean
the ones that wouldn't have been freed had it not been for Barack Obama's policies?
Exactly. It was Obama's policies that got them fucking released. And I thank God. Thank you, Barack Obama.
Yeah, he did it.
For all you do for us.
And still doing.
Yeah. You know what?
Our economy's great thanks to you.
Yeah. You're not the president no more, but you're doing it for us.
Yeah.
They blame his fucking leaders on the Republicans and George Bush.
Yep. For 8 years, it's George Bush's fault. It's George Bush's fault. And then a year after he's out of office, I did that.
Right.
Good.
And they blamed the 9/11 on Bush, which kind of threw me off, considering Bush had only been in office for a year.
Yeah, just over a year.
And
year and a half.
It takes longer than that to do away with the policies that Clinton fucking put in place that set it up for that possibility. I'm not saying Clinton is directly responsible for this because
No. I'm not saying he is either. Do you know what? I would never blame that on any president. That's not something you just lay on somebody's lap. If he had known about it and allowed it to happen, but Bill Clinton would have never done that. Hillary might have. Bill wouldn't.
Yeah, she tried to run the country while he was in office, and it just didn't. It didn't completely work.
Yeah, well, that's why Dick Morris. You know Dick Morris, the guy who was a Clinton not a spokesman, but he was like an advisor to the Clinton administration, Republican. The first thing he said to Bill Clinton, you got to get Hillary out of the limelight. She's killing you. If you want to get reelected, get Hillary out of there. Remember Hillary Care when she wanted to do the same thing as Obama?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm telling you right now, you will never get reelected.
Jeremy was a kid when she was in. When Phil was in. What year were you born?
74.
You were born in 74?
Yeah,
so I was about 94. Yeah. You were about 20,
Yeah.
I'm 44 years old.
And you sound every day of it.
Oh, thanks. That was such a nice thing to say.
That's retaliation for you saying that you thought I was 60.
Bunghole! That's a liquor store.
Do you know what? I'm getting one of them buttons, so when you say something to me, I can do it back to you.
Yeah, you still got to teach me to do this fucking, what is it you did on TeamSpeak you found?
For the
soundboard or
That's
something?
what I'm using to make all these sounds.
I don't know how to, like I said, I got it, I think, but
Jimmy,
I can't.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Even if you bought it,
You in what?
Install it and then bring TeamSpeak up. And then you connect to a server, and that's when you go over to the...
What do you mean you install it?
It's a
Jimmy,
download. You download it and install it. You don't even have to have TeamSpeak on when you do this. And then when you bring TeamSpeak up, it'll have added what they call the plugins tab. You'll click on that, and RP Soundboard will be listed in there.
That's what I'm looking for, RP Soundboard?
Yeah, if you have the plugin installed, that's where it'll be at.
No, I mean, that's where I gotta go to get the download?
Well, actually, here, I'll send you a link through fucking Facebook or something real quick.
are we really going to do this while we're on the air?
Of course.
Can we do this, like, after the show or something like that?
They thought we were bullshitting.
Yeah, no, we're on the air.
Alright, sorry about that. I got a little quickie with Monica Lewinsky. She was invited by Town and Country magazine to go to some party. Well, then they uninvited her when Bill Clinton accepted that he wanted to go.
Boo.
Oh, she was pissed. She tweeted in the whole 9 yards. Says, I don't think... Who does the etiquette? Remember way back when?
Right.
Oh, the etiquette lady. I know you're talking about.
Forget her name.
I forget her name.
Oh.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Etiquette lady.
But she was pissed. She was basically saying, don't invite me to an event if you're going to invite Bill Clinton, especially a social event. But anyways, what happened to Me Too? She was the one that was supposed to be abused, and they kicked her to the side and let him come in.
Yeah, for the rapist.
You know what I mean? For the rapist.
I'm not going to say alleged. I'm not going to. Rapist.
He is.
Rapist.
Woman had a bit lip to prove it.
Yeah.
There is a link to the download. I just sent it to, there it goes. There it goes. It came in a little late, but there's the link for it. Download.
Jimmy, if you open that up and it's Jeremy standing there in fucking crotch underoos, I want it. I want that.
Sick son of a bitch.
Goddamn right.
Oh, good.
I'll be banging my wife holding my phone up.
Oh my God.
My cousin and I touched wieners.
Well, is his cousin his wife?
I have no idea. They said they touched wieners, so I'm going to assume it was 2 wieners.
2 wieners.
At least 2. Could have been more.
She gives great helmet.
Don't you say shit about my wife.
I didn't think it was physically possible, but this both sucks and blows.
Yeah, it definitely has taken a bad turn.
Yeah, it's getting worse. It's starting to sound like All In.
Yeah, it really is.
I can't even remember what we were talking about.
What? Got another subject.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Israel firing back at Iran.
Yeah, bombing Iranian installations in
Iranian,
Syria.
what do you call it? Strongholds in Syria. They're making their own bases so that they could stay there permanently.
Yeah.
What Israel was attacking.
Yeah. They sent, I think, 8 rockets.
Yep.
And Israel retaliated with 25 missiles. Rocket, missile.
Yeah.
Right.
What sounds like scarier?
Missile.
Yeah, way scarier.
Way bigger.
A rocket's like a bottle rocket,
boom.
right? Yeah, boom for the buck.
Yeah, well,
and you know what? He's going to get the boom for the buck.
I gotta tell you, Israel might be a small country. They may not have the largest military in the world, but I guarantee you, I would not want to fuck with them over there in the Middle East.
They are fucking badass. The Jews are badass.
Well, I tell you what, they have
so much for
what do they call this? I think it's called, I keep wanting to say it's called a neutron bomb. Where
the one that kills everyone but leaves the building standing? Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. What a fucking gem.
What are they going to do?
I like it.
What is Iran going to do if Israel pulls that son of a bitch out on them?
Yeah. Nothing. You gotta remember, the Jews fought like 4 countries at the same time. And they won it in a week, the 7-day war.
Yeah.
They fought Egypt, Syria, I forget who else.
I think it was the 6-day war.
6 or 7-day war, whatever. It was short, and they won it. And do you know who's the baddest of the bad of the fucking Israelis? The fucking Mossad.
Yeah.
Wow, they make our CIA look like fucking daycare.
Yeah.
Dear God.
But
if the Mossad, if your name ever ends up on a list in the Mossad, kill yourself, because it'll be way more easier, more merciful.
I'm getting messages that there's an ambulance outside my house. Hold on, guys.
There's a baby outside your house.
Ambulance, EMT.
Oh, I thought you said baby.
Ambulance.
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 I got an ambulance.
I got an ambulance.
I got an ambulance. Bam, balam. I got an ambulance. Bam, balam. I picked a fight. I didn't pick it right. Bam, balam. So we lost Jeremy.
Yeah, he's out on Iota.
He's on. Yeah, he's going to be our roving reporter. So, how's it going out there, Jeremy? It's a little nasty out there. We got some incoming rockets.
And this is, what is he? Oh, he's in Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio.
Ohio.
That's probably a sick cow.
I went to go look for my atlas. I went to America.
All right, guys, I'm back. It's...
Oh, you should have came in with the screech! The fuck, Jeremy?
Oh my God! Just for you, Jesus! Oh, there it is.
Jeremy's back.
Anyway, some guy, disabled guy in a wheelchair, fell out of his chair and broke his arm.
Oh.
And the ambulance and fire department's literally sitting right in front of my house, blocking the driveway and everything.
Because somebody fell and broke his arm?
He was disabled.
Yeah, the guy can't
walk. It could have been worse. He could have broke his leg that didn't work.
Yeah, the guy can't walk. He's in a wheelchair.
So they couldn't get himself to the hospital in the wheelchair?
Yes, 2 legs that don't work, and now an arm that don't work.
All you gotta do is push a button.
Yeah, I've fallen, and I can't get up.
I can push a button with my opposite arm.
You heartless prick.
No need to waste an ambulance.
Jeez. I'm not. Well, that's the best thing I got to say to that.
I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay.
Well, yeah, I would certainly hope so. The guy comes back and forth through here in his chair all the time.
Does he got like one of them rascals?
Well, that's what it looks like. It's not no cheesy motorized wheelchair. It's one of these big ones, big fancy one.
He's got like cup holders and an ashtray and tools.
Well, it's like the seat out of your car on a motorized wheel. So.
Oh, I want one. I gotta get disabled.
You got it.
Yeah, I am not sure how this guy fell out of his wheelchair though.
He fell out of his wheelchair
and broke his arm.
Don't you have to seatbelt in?
No. He might have tipped it over going around a corner or too fast.
Where they got that wheelchair sitting at, I wouldn't assume that he went around a corner too fast.
Well, he shouldn't have been four-wheeling with it.
He might have been.
Yeah. Might have got a snoot full of something and just said, fuck this. I might be
see what this thing can do.
Yeah, but I'm going to have fun with this fucking thing.
I'm off-road.
Yeah, Medicaid paid for it. Who gives a fuck?
Out there squalling tires and spun out and fell over.
Yeah, he's in the woods trying to get around trees.
I wish he got hit by a truck.
No, you don't. It's ironic you would.
Yeah, I do.
It's ironic you would say the woods because there is like a little wooded area right there where his chair's sitting at.
And then you see people like putting flowers on the fucking scooter with like a sign and a candlelight vigil. Yeah, he's not dead.
No, he's not dead, just a broken arm.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
That ends his fucking pool career.
Right. Let's see. You guys got anything else?
What were we talking about?
Huh?
We were talking about,
Yeah, we got a Catholic school in Davenport, Iowa that just opened up space for Muslim women to pray. Because
isn't that
they're not
nice?
supposed to pray with Muslim men. And
Right.
So it's a Catholic school.
It's a Catholic school that went out of their way for Muslim
Well, you
women.
know they're talking about the current Pope, how liberal he is, and people are, coming out against him because of the things that he's doing. So he is now starting to try to.
He's against Trump, and that's why people coming out against him.
And he now, because of this, he is trying to consolidate power in a hurry. I mean, he's not wasted any time trying to do that. So they're expecting something big to happen over there in the Vatican anytime.
Great, and what I hope is that the Swiss guard will come into his room in the middle of the night and choke him to death.
Yeah, he won't be around long. It would not surprise me if they don't remove him somehow.
Yeah. Fucking Catholic Church. Look, I'm a Catholic, and not high on the religion, but at least they used to stick to their guns.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with it, but at least they stood for what they stood for.
Yeah, but this guy...
Now it's like it's all wishy-washy. It's
nothing
like
but
gray
politics,
area.
nothing but money. He's doing what he can to gain more control, gain more money. It's not about helping the church or fixing anything that's wrong with the church. It's not about religion at all for this guy.
Yeah, he's a socialist.
Exactly, and that was the worst fucking thing they could have done was voted this guy in, but,
You know what the good thing about a socialist pope is, like, he makes the same amount of money as the person he's, like, as much as the child he's raping.
Yeah. Right. Speaking of money, I think this was a couple days ago, I heard that the maximum amount of money you are allowed to earn in Mexico is $1.75 an hour.
What? That's not minimum wage. That's maximum?
Yes, and this is as a Mexican citizen, of course.
Wow. No wonder why they're screaming across the border.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, the immigrant caravan, they started letting groups of like 15 or 20 in at a time, and now word has spread that they've been doing this, so hundreds and hundreds more are showing up daily.
Of course.
And what they're doing is
do?
they're trafficking children. They're kidnapping children because they're far more likely to get in if they have children.
So you just...
So they're kidnapping people's kids along the way and saying, hey, I got a kid, and boom, they're in the door.
Wouldn't you think the kid at the border would go, this isn't my parents,
and if you go down there and talk to these guys, they're all saying it's to look for a better life, to find a better job, and none of it is...
All right, we're hitting the top of the hour here.
Oh, we gotta take off, brother.
All right, well, let's play the exit song.
Yep.
That good?
All right, now we're playing the other exit song. All right, everybody. Good night. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Take care.